Fake questions, real answers. I got stuff I want to talk about, but don't want to wait for you to ask me. Fake questions, real answers, here we go. Dear Colin, did you see the post from AB, Antonio Brown, saying his biggest regret was that he didn't get to watch himself play football? What did you make of it? What I make of it is that Mike Tomlin kept him basically inside the rails for his first contract. I mean, the guy's not all there. There's narcissism, and then there's whatever AB is. I just have respect for Mike Tomlin. I've said this before. Mike is a player's coach. Sometimes the Steelers feel too emotionally driven. But when you read that quote, that post from Antonio Brown, he's serious, completely. Can't imagine having to manage that diva. Dear Colin, which head coach quarterback duo concerns you the most this year? Well, first of all, we have a trend for about 3 years. Defensive coaches sometimes struggle to get along with quarterbacks. Belichick, Brady at the end, Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll, Mike Zimmer, Kirk Cousins, Brian Flores, Tua. The one I look at is Ron Rivera and Carson Wentz. Ron's a defensive coach. He tends to be conservative in nature, and Carson Wentz is reckless. That is a really, really bad combination. There's a trend in this league, and it's pretty obvious. Coaches and quarterbacks, defensive coaches and quarterbacks, as this game in the NFL opens up and pivots to offense, these relationships increasingly are uneven. Zimmer, Cousins, Pete Carroll, Russ, Robert Saleh, Zach Wilson, Jets, keep your eye on it. Defensive coach and a quarterback who sometimes goes off script. Those two concern me. Dear Colin, what's the biggest mistake that football fans make every year at this time? Excellent question. Fans tend to think even great draft picks, top 10 picks, top 5 picks will make an immediate impact. Now, there are certain positions like running back or cornerback where it's easier to excel. I mean, you can either find the hole at running back, cover a guy at corner, or not. Sauce Gardner for the Jets should play week 1 and be really, really good. But I covered Warren Sapp, his first year with the Buccaneers in Tampa. He was a dominant defensive lineman in college. First year, 3 sacks. Second year, he tripled it to 9. Cooper Kupp, 4 years in with the Rams. With McVay, 4 years in to that offense, had 900 yards receiving. Derrick Henry, as good as he is, in his first 2 years, started 4 games for the Titans offense. It takes a while. There'll be a couple of corners and a running back or two that will pop early. But this game is fast, it's complex, and even great rookies can rarely pop early. Jamar Chase, Bengals, complete outlier. Dear Colin, of the notable quarterbacks in their second year, which one do you think separates? My guess, Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville. Number 1, he's more talented than the rest of them. I think you'll see it this year. Number 2, unlike Mac Jones in New England, the Jags have leaned in to Trevor Lawrence. They got him an offensive coach. They got him Christian Kirk, Zay Jones. They got him a tight end, Evan Ingram, and 2 running backs banged up last year, both return this year. In every unit offensively, they leaned in. It's also a weaker than average division. My guess is Trevor Lawrence puts up pretty big numbers in year 2 for the Jags. Can't wait to watch it. Dear Colin, what's something that sounds political that isn't? I'll give you one. Donald Trump, and I kind of like it, may be responsible for college realignment. He eliminated a tax loophole that allowed college boosters to write off their season ticket purchases. So fans could deduct 80% of their donations on their taxes. He eliminated that. I mean, in 2016, Alabama claimed ticket-related donations of up to $25 million, but it's no longer a write-off. Trump eliminated that. So what happened? Well, if I don't get a write-off as a rich guy, why am I going to give you a couple $1,000,000? You got to make the games better. Texas said, I keep going to my boosters. USC said, we keep going to our boosters. I can't sell Oregon State, Washington State, Texas Tech, and Iowa State. Now Texas can go to their boosters who don't get that write-off and say, we'll give you Georgia, we'll give you Bama, we'll give you LSU, and we'll give you Oklahoma. All right, I'll sign up, even though I don't get the write-off. USC can say, I'll give you Michigan, I'll give you Wisconsin, I'll give you Penn State, I'll give you Ohio State. I don't get the write-off, but I want to be at those games. It's actually a loophole that was eliminated. I think it's been the impetus for Texas, USC to realign to conferences with bigger name brands on Saturday, and I kind of like it. Dear Colin, does Jimmy G to the Cleveland Browns, Mary Kay Cabot reports it could happen, make sense to you? It makes total sense. It is a quarterback-friendly offense, not quarterback-centric. Kevin Stefanski has some lineage with Gary Kubiak and the Shanahans. This offense for Jimmy G will be very familiar. Your star is a running back, Nick Chubb. Like the Niners, it's above average offensive line. Jimmy G has played in notable division games. Russ Wilson, Sean McVay, Stafford, Kyler Murray. Jimmy G's been in a tough division in big national TV games and big playoff games. Cleveland, Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Steelers, national TV games, tough division. I think Jimmy G to Cleveland, if the suspension is longer than 8 games, and I think it will be, I think it's a natural fit. It's an easy one.